work out the way I want it to. And I get real frustrated. And like, I try hard to do it, and I take my time, and it just doesn't work out the way I want it to. It's like I concentrate on real hard, but it just doesn't work out. And everything I do and everything I try, it never turns out. It's like I need time to figure these things out. There's always someone there going, hey Mike, we've been noticing you've been having a lot of problems lately, you know? You need to maybe get away. And like, maybe you should talk about it, you'll feel a lot better. And I go, no, it's okay, you know? I'll figure it out. Just leave me alone, I'll figure it out, you know? I'm just working on myself. They go, well, you know, if you want to talk about it, I'll be here, you know? And you'll probably feel a lot better if you talk about it. You want to talk about it? I go, no, I don't want to, I'm okay. I'll figure it out myself. And they just keep fighting me. They just keep fighting me. And they'll never die. Stop being suicide. Sometimes I'm afraid of my life. You will not be afraid of my life. You can feel that. I'm not drinking. The other one is drinking. They're trying to make drinking. They take me in and into it. So that what's the other one? You get me to go back up and take it from me. I need myself.
Hey everybody, welcome to the daily update for Thursday, February 19th, 2026. It has been wet and rainy out here in Southern California, just like I like it. We are having tons of snow getting dumped in the local mountains. I can't wait to get up there this weekend. So I just love it. I love this time of year, this late winter weather. Hopefully it's nice where you are. I've been getting a lot of compliments recently on my backdrop. And, I'm adding to it as we go forward. Today I added something I think is kind of cool. I'm going to show it to you. This is a painting. Hold it up here, see if you can see it. This is a painting of Ray Bones Rodriguez. He was one of the skaters for the Bones Brigade, which Bones was it was a skateboard wheel back in the 70s. Bones, right? And I was a pretty big skate rat. You know, there were three things that I read religiously as a kid. One was the business section of the paper, because I'm a total market nerd. Two, Mad Magazine. Three, Skateboarder Magazine. And so Bones wheels were like, they were the Cadillac wheels, which were the first urethane or urethane, I guess, wheels. And then there were like Road Warrior, and I had Kryptonics. And anyway, Ray Bones Rodriguez, I love that picture. There was a picture of him in Skateboarder Magazine, and one of our neighbors down the street, who was like a couple grades higher than me, she was an artist. And I just asked her, I said, could you paint this? Could you make me a picture of this? And you see, she like signed it right here. It's like 1979, right? It's pretty cool, right? So anyway, this is an addition to the backdrop. I'll keep adding stuff from time to time. What a market. Okay, I want to theorize a little bit. Now, everyone that is a Lund Loop member knows that we don't trade or invest off of theory, right? We don't invest in narratives. We certainly don't trade off of narratives. But we like to kind of spitball and brainstorm and see how the technicals marry up with the narratives. Because when a technical and a narrative are in sync, that's the most powerful situation that we can find. So let's go here to, let's get suicidal tendencies out of here. And let's go over to, we're not going to worry so much about today's action. Let's take a look at the overall, all the four indexes. Okay, so let's look at the SPX here. Are we looking at it? Okay, so if we look at the SPX, there's a number of things going on here. We're not that far off of all-time highs. We're really not. We're just a stone's throw from all-time highs. Even though we've seen the software stocks implode, right? We've seen the Mag 7 do nothing. We've seen big names like Microsoft go down, and yet we are still not too far off all-time highs, just a hair under the 50 EMA. We have held this level so far. We have not broken down from this level. It's been frustrating the last few days as we just barcode intraday, as the kids say, but we have not broken down from this level. Dramatic pause. Right now, we are 75% through earnings, and we have really the most important earnings already done, except for maybe NVIDIA. And of the earnings that have come out so far, 76% have beat. Okay. So all this stuff's been going on, all these earnings, all these implosions in the software stock, nothing in Mag 7, and yet we are still right off of all-time highs. What could be the overhang? Well, one of the potential things is a conflict with Iran. And I talked about this last week. Everything that floats is heading towards the Gulf right now. I've got friends in the Middle East. I know that Israeli citizens are being told, know where your bunkers are, because if we do attack Iran, one of the first things they do is send missiles over towards Israel. I know there's people in Iran that are being told the same thing, know where your bunkers are. So the populations of both countries are getting ready for war. We've got all these ships going over there. Likely something's going to happen. Some people think it might happen as soon as this weekend. Okay. Why isn't the market falling apart? That's what I want to know. I mean, it's pretty much a fait accompli. It's something that's going to happen. Why is the market not falling apart? Now, it could fall apart tomorrow, but so far it's held up pretty good. We're through most of earnings. We've had software stocks implode. We've got potential conflict in Iran. Why are we not imploding? I think we can look at this as a positive thing that the market has held up so far. Remember the first time we sent missiles into Iran, which I think was a year ago, year and a half ago? The futures just tanked. It was after hours. I think they dropped 450, 500 points initially, and then they just spent the rest of the evening going all the way back up. Then when we bombed Iran's nuclear power plants a couple months ago, initially down and then recovered. I just wonder if the market is already, this market learns, right? Remember how it learned about Trump, that he would taco? And so first he would make these pronouncements and the stocks would tank and the market would tank, and then it would recover. And then the next time he made an announcement, it would tank, but not as much. And then next time, hardly at all. And the next time people would say, whatever. I wonder if that's where we're at here. If we're just waiting for the whatever's going to happen, we see the extent of it, and then the market has a green light to go higher. I think the big problem was when we first were aggressive towards Iran, we thought, okay, here we go. Here they come. Here comes now they're going to hit us, and nothing happened. And then the second time, nothing happened. And I think maybe that's just what the market's waiting for. Again, you don't trade on that, but I do think it's interesting to spitball and think in different ways instead of thinking, gosh, I can't believe we haven't broken out to new highs. Okay, great. But how come we haven't cratered? Right? There's a lot of reasons we should have cratered and we haven't. So that's something to watch. All right, let's go through this. Oh, before I go through the four indexes from a technical standpoint and, the whole thing, I just want to make a reference, or I want to acknowledge the name of today's daily update. Does pot really exist? One of the things I forget is that not everybody knows all the inside jokes we have here at the Lund Loop. And let me just be clear about this. We are dead serious when it comes to making money. Dead serious. But guess what? You can also make money and have fun. And in that vein, one of the reasons that I say pot doesn't exist is because every day in the daily update, I go through all these different sectors and ETFs to give us a little bit more insight as to what may be happening in the market. And at the end, I hit MSOS. The reason I hit MSOS is because in 2018, I attended a Stocktoberfest event where a noted pot bull gave this amazing presentation talking about how pot was going to create generational wealth and it was going to have trillions of dollars worth of income, and talked about 16 amazing companies and how they were going to go to the moon. And so I drank Kool-Aid. I was like, okay, pot. And I put money in pot and I traded around pot and I tried to invest in pot. And I tried to get my cost basis down, but basically I lost a lot of money in it. And so I'm a bag holder in pot. I would say of those 16 names that this gentleman presented, 14 no longer exist. And so I come down to MSOS, and if pot is acting like it normally is, which is horrible, I just say pot doesn't exist. Ironically, pot's moving a little bit today. So that's the idea behind the pot doesn't exist thing. Again, inside joke. We try to keep it light, keep it fun here at the Lund Loop. So let's go through the indexes one by one. If you are watching this on Twitter and you want to see the rest of the video, just click the link in the reply. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can click the link in the comment.